Good evening, the Galleria Al Maria Island. I'm Alison. I'm the Editor-in-Chief of Grazia Middle East, and I am so thrilled to be back here and to see you all this evening. It's been a while since I've been back at the Galleria with a mic in my hand, but I couldn't be happier that we're all reunited here tonight. So thank you very much. Retail Abu Dhabi, thank you, the Galleria, for having me back. So thrilled. Well, this evening we're going to be talking about style and sustainability with our friends at H&M. Before we start, I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself and why I like to believe that H&M and the Galleria and Retail Abu Dhabi have invited me to speak to you this evening. Now, I have been in the fashion industry for over 20 years. I started my career in London as a celebrity stylist, so I've worked with Hollywood celebrities, supermodels, rappers, and doing all kinds of fabulous fashion things. The most exciting moment in my career has been attending Alessandro Michele's very first catwalk show at Gucci, and I'm sure everyone there, like me, was the same. Our minds were blown and we couldn't speak for a week. Another thing that's been super exciting for me to witness here in the Middle East is the rise of the modesty movement. Seeing trends that started here in Abu Dhabi make it to the catwalks and back again has been something really exciting and rewarding for me to witness. I want to tell you about a really special shoot that I did with Katie Piper, who some of you may know is a survivor of an acid attack, and she's dedicated her life to supporting burns victims and other women and men who've been in similar situations. Now, up until I worked with her, my career had been all about making hot people look hotter. But that day, when I realised how much of an impact fashion had on making women who'd completely lost their confidence feel incredible, that was the day that I realised the true power of fashion and what it can do. So, supporting causes have continued to be really important to me. I'm the only editor-in-chief of a fashion magazine in the world that has banned promotions of diets and weight loss. And I've also started a new section in Grazia called Go Green with Grazia, which champions sustainability and eco-friendly topics. So that's what I'm going to be speaking with you about tonight. Now let's start by touching on sustainability in fashion. According to the UN Environment Programme, the fashion industry is responsible for 20% of water waste globally and 10% of carbon emissions globally. To put that into perspective, that's a higher percentage of pollution and water waste coming out of the fashion industry than from international flights and maritime shipping put together. It takes 2,000 gallons of water to make a pair of jeans, and if nothing changes by 2050, the fashion industry will use up a quarter of the world's carbon budget. So to put it simply, we're in trouble. So where H&M comes in is its sustainability strategy. Right now, 65% of all materials at H&M are recycled, organic, or made from more sustainable materials. And by 2030, H&M has set the ambitious goal of using 100% recycled or other sustainably sourced material. The way they plan to do that is by upcycling and eventually recycling. Also, as we all know, the climate crisis poses a major challenge to all industries, including fashion. So H&M is taking the responsibility to stay within the planetary boundaries very seriously. And their plan is to halve climate emissions by 2030. The fashion industry depends heavily on natural resources. While the environment The environmental impact associated with fabric and textile processing can be harmful to nature. Brands can and should choose fabrics that have a lighter footprint. Another cause that is very, very close to our hearts is animal welfare. It's important to us all, and we believe that no animal should be harmed in the making of our clothes. Who agrees with me? Good, I'm happy to hear that. Resale, rental and repair are also 3 ways that H&M are helping their customers bring new styles to their wardrobe without producing more garments. And finally, and this is something really, really key to me, ethical treatment of workers. I believe we should all know who made our clothes and in what conditions. And I feel that competitive pricing should never be to the detriment of the treatment of the workers who help make them. That's something that's really, really important to me. And I would really, really encourage you all to ask questions about who made your clothes, where, and in which conditions. I think it certainly has an impact on how we put a look together. Now, we've got some gorgeous looks here today. Would you like me to go through them with you? Good. Now, we talked about the environment and sustainable materials, but another thing that's really important is knowing yourself, knowing your wardrobe, knowing why fashion excites you and putting that into practice. That's why I really wanted to tell you about myself and what I was passionate about, because you'll be able to see how that feeds into my wardrobe, and I'm going to show you how you can make sure it resonates in yours. I think there are things that we can all do to be more sustainable, and something that I've done today, I'm wearing an outfit from the Conscious collection, and I think Instagram has kind of made it the kind of standard operating procedure not to repeat an outfit. But I kind of think that we all need to take responsibility for ourselves to step away from that, not just throw something away as soon as we've worn it because everyone's seen it on Instagram. Let's be more creative and swap with our friends, find new ways in, and also make our wardrobes work harder. And that's something that the girls have worked on today. So I'm going to show you. Let's go. Now, where should we start? We'll start here. So having a capsule wardrobe is something that's really, really important. I think the 12 months that we've had, where we've all been in sweatpants for 12 months, or I don't know about you, but I have. I think it's really, really helped me appreciate my wardrobe and also be a bit more creative about what I have. Let's see how we can do that today. Recycled denim is something that I really, really encourage you to integrate into your wardrobe. We've got this great look here, integrating pastels and stonewash denim, and you can see from these accessories, these sunglasses from Divided are made from 60% recycled PMMA. Another tip that you can see here is if you work with the same kind of colour palette and work out what kind of colours suit you, you can mix up denim, switch in a smarter look, and if you're sticking to the pastels theme, you can work in some separates. These cute little pastel accessories are great, and you can switch them in with different outfits. Who needs more loungewear in their wardrobe? Me too. Also, you'd look great in this. This is giving me all the Kim Kardashian vibes, and it's made from 50% Lever Eco Viscose. I love this little crossbody pouch too. All these pastels are giving me life, and I love a bit of palm print, as I'm sure you can see. So I think it's a really, really cute way that you can add a little bit more of a classic touch to these block colours. I think we should all try our best to be sustainable where possible, but where it's not possible, I think when you're buying with your heart and you know that you're going to get a lot of wear out of it, that can be just as good. I think the main thing is being responsible with fashion. Who wants to be wearing this on a Greek island this summer? Me! I mean, these rope sandals are a style that you could really buy today and wear forever. This might even be something that I might buy more than one pair of, because you could have them, they'll never go out of style. And I think sticking to classic pieces is also something that's a smarter way of shopping. I'm going to scoot over here. Now, I don't know whether you knew, but it would have been Princess Diana's 60th birthday this week, and this outfit's giving me pure Princess Diana vibes, with the 80s outsized blazer, the mum jeans, I really love all these rope details that are coming through for this summer as well. Now, another way to dress a little bit smarter is thinking about your outfits from day to night, work to weekend, and making everything just work that bit harder. I am living for this. H&M do these really well. This little black dress, but worn over with this kind of organza coat worn over it. I think it's a really cool look. I can't wait to wear this later. I mean, these pastels for summer are just gorgeous. You could definitely keep them season after season. And finally, I wanted to pull out these eco-friendly shoes for you. Another really, really solid buy that you could have forever. These are made out of, let me see, 65% recycled cotton. Now, the pandemic has forced people to pause and reevaluate their actions, and that extends to the fashion industry. Having been starkly confronted by the threat of climate change and its role in it, industry leaders have started to shift perspectives, with a number of businesses and organisations taking more action than ever before. With the sustainability movement, which has been going on obviously for a few decades now, the apparent consequences of our carbon footprint were put in the forefront during the pandemic. A survey in 2019 by McKinsey found that social and environmental sustainability have become a priority for consumers, governments, and fashion companies. 85% of businesses have said the pandemic has been a wake-up call for them, and one that urges them to reevaluate and work towards long-term sustainability. What I really want to talk to you, what I want you to learn from today, is not only is it our choices that impact the planet and make a difference, but I also want you to pay close attention to what businesses, corporations and governments are doing. And I wanted to kind of highlight a few of these today and outline a little bit more about the future of sustainability in Abu Dhabi and the Middle East. So first of all, the Middle East Fashion Council claims to be the world's first fashion council with sustainability at its core. Born from the inspiration to tackle climate change and pollution, brought on as a direct result of the industry, and committed to speaking out and taking a stand against anything that uses and abuses our planet's natural resources. The Middle East Fashion Council will be creating investment fund programs to support and encourage fashion students and local designers in order to make the Middle Eastern fashion industry sustainable in all fields and position it internationally, and has a mission to represent designers in the Middle East to the outside world, to fill the gap between national and international designers. So I'm certainly excited about what they've got coming up. I'm sure you're all aware of Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week. Their aims were energy and climate change and reducing the overall carbon emissions using new solutions like artificial intelligence. Working with researchers, scientists and entrepreneurs to find out more efficient ways to produce and preserve our food and water. Sustainable forms of travel using alternative fuels and powertrains and all kinds of electric vehicles. And using biotech and healthcare to help tackle our most pressing health challenges, including combating diseases and for diagnostic and preventative purposes. And finally, using digital technology to make it easier to tackle the world's toughest social and environmental challenges and showcase real-world solutions to help relieve humanitarian crises, eliminate poverty, and transform our daily lives. Now, the future of sustainability in Abu Dhabi will include harnessing artificial intelligence to make it easier for us and governments alike and companies to get more access to information to help us transform our habits. 1 in 4 people today is aged between 15 and 29, and that is nearly 1.8 billion people in total. So that means the next generation is in an incredibly powerful position to lay the foundations for conscious and sustained change. Finally, according to Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week, community is the foundation of a sustainable world. By educating ourselves and each other for the better, we can all play a part in co-creating a brighter future for our planet, one shopping trip at a time. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. I would love to know if you had any questions. What's everybody doing? Oh, I've got a question for you. What's everybody doing to be more sustainable? Come on then.
I've been shopping less fast fashion and trying to thrift shop more.
Trying to get more?
Thrift more.
Nice. Thrifting. So thrifting's a really, really great solution. We've already got such a huge and rich amount of clothes out in the universe, out in other people's wardrobes. Let's see what that's about. Does anyone else like to share any of their tips with me? What else is everyone else doing to be sustainable?
Saying certain less. I mean, like not going crazy about it.
Yeah.
We're still shopping. We are lady. We want to look nice. We want to have something new from new collections, latest collections. But still, you can shop smarter and you can make your wardrobe more smart.
I completely agree with that. One thing that, as I mentioned before, one thing that I really think is important is knowing your style, because that way you're not going to do a big shopping trip and come home and think, why did I buy that? Certainly never buy anything that doesn't fit. Don't buy anything that's too small and hope you're going to fit into it one day. Absolutely not. That is the way to have a wardrobe full of clothes with tags still in. But I hope you've had a nice evening this evening. I will be back a bit later on in the week with far more tips on new season's trends, modesty, a great brow tutorial with benefit, and lots of exciting things. So don't forget to check back here in the best set in the world. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great evening.